Machine coming back to you with another episode of the Gaming Round Table. That's right, pull up a seat if you're able and listen in. This is Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, a game that's released about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. I'm a Warhammer 40k guy. I do not play the miniatures because that shit is expensive and bullshit, I'm not getting into it. But I love the lore and I love the aesthetics, and I've always been a fan of the Warhammer series. I loved Warhammer Space Marine on 360. I had Warhammer. I think it was Chaos something or other on as Fantasy RTS. I have a lot of the games on PS4. I do love the Warhammer Fantasy, but I love the 40k stuff even better. This is Mechanicus. This is based around the Adeptus Mechanicus, and it's a official licensed product. Calypso Media published, and they did not give me a review copy because I am not popular enough for anybody to ever do that shit. So here we go. This is a interesting game. A lot of people were trying to compare this to XCOM in some ways, but it's nothing like XCOM. No, it's not that. This is your main screen. This is where you get your quests, and these are the different people that are actually part of the Adeptus Mechanicus. This deals in the 40k century, where the Adeptus Mechanicus has found that people these tombs on this planet are waking up the Necron, a species of skeletal-like androids that are powerful, that used to rule this big empire and have been asleep for over 1,000,000 years. So you're here to investigate those tombs. This is it's basically the lore of the game. It's taken directly from that, so it's nice to see that. When your various Mechanicus people talk to you, one of the things that I like about that is the fact that they talk in their mechanical speak, and I love that. It also came with the art gallery and came out at $40. It came with the art gallery, came with the soundtrack. It's not the deluxe version; it just comes with it. So that was nice of them to include that. This is your characters that you have, your cohort, and your two main Megos biologos, Adeptus Mechanicus characters that you can actually outfit with weapons and gear, and you level between playing this game or Space Hulk Ascension or Space Hulk Tactics or Death Watch that takes place in 40k. It's got a very different kind of approach. And I'm going to show you some gameplay here. So let's get into it. These are your two available missions. These are the characters that are aboard the ship that are part of the Adeptus Mechanicus. So we could choose him. This is in Incropus sector. Works of the enemy. It says the Skitari in the tomb of Incropus have encountered a destroyer form of Necron that uses anti-gravitational technology. Tech Inquisitor Scrivola has requested a cohort engage Necron destroyer so its technology can be studied. Now this says, it tells you it's an easy missions. It tells you what you will be facing warriors. It tells you the rewards that you will get. I can select this reward. This is in the Argorlek sector of the world. Our Master's Voice has installed a system of voxcasters to transmit prayers through the tomb of Argorlek. Vidix believes this will dampen the Xenos taint in the tomb. So, and again, same thing, shows you the difficulty. These are not available. There's nothing available. We're going to do this first one because I want to show you kind of how this works. So you're going to launch the mission. Now, you're going to want to bring a bunch of servitors with you, because if you don't, you're pretty much screwed. And that's kind of what you got to do here. This is what they call a Canticles, which will restore 5 hit points an active unit. There isn't much in the way of support unit I have that can heal. But your characters also, these two main characters and others actually have a skill tree, and they will get more powerful. But the game does have a level of difficulty. So you want to, let's see here. Forgot, sorry. And let me get into here. I'm trying to remember how to, let's see here. Let me do this. I gotta get these guys And oh, wait a minute, I got to I forgot to do this actually. Let's undeploy. Let's just close this off and redo it. So we'll launch the mission. You got to have both guys, and then you want to fill it up with the rest of these guys. It just will make life easier for you. You can deploy them on the battlefield, but it's good just to start off with that. So, and that's what we're going to do. And it's going to say deploy. You're going to hit square. It's going to go. This is really cool. So they're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on, you know, what's happening, and they talk to you. Faustinius is the leader of this Adeptus Mechanicus group. There have been setbacks. Troops encounter a new Necron war form. Reaction equals delight. Prey-Tech Inquisitor explain. Enemy war form provision designation destroyer. Anti-grav technology confirmed. Exploratory request file access. Anti-gravitational technology is an area. Styges 7 Magos have requested its high priority. They want you to study it, get it, whatever. So you're going to do that. And Faustinius is an interesting character because his development in the game is like he kind of scrutinizes the actions of everybody that's with him just because he has this higher up, almost like an Inquisitor, but I think it's just the way that they roll. Now, what's interesting about this game is I've deployed, but it's not like you're walking around on a grid like XCOM and you're in the game world. It's actually done from this hollow map, and you will go from room to room, and different rooms actually have different like things that can happen, almost like a choose your own adventure kind of thing, and it's great. It's just fun because you never know, and sometimes you get benefits and sometimes you get negatives, but it's interesting. So this is kind of like this is kind of what you have to do, and they're basically saying they want you to observe them and blah, 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 and it will help you increase your battlefield effectiveness. Kepras, who also is the one that trains the soldiers. I was ready to see that as dangerous thinking, Magos. Faustinus, but put such piety aside for now. Subdomina is a cohort ready to advance. They are applied to the like location destroyers. They're somewhere within the complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. So what it is I can pick different rooms. I can go left or right, and just this is where we're gonna go. So you're gonna move to this room, and nothing. It just says transmission origin Necron, request study, hark not to the aliens' words lest ye unknowingly repeat them. Now Videx is always basically saying that hey, we got to adhere to the machine gods litanies and stuff. So it's really interesting. So this is neat. This is where I was talking about with choose your own. It says this chamber is bathed in a constant data flow transmission by the Tomb Zone awakening protocols. The transmission by Necron origin. I can either delegate related transmission to Castus Metallicon for translation, to block out the transmission from squad communications and pay it no mind, or decode it. And I can use the attempt to decode the transmission locally within the cohort's internal cogitators. I'm going to delegate it. It just says continue. It says +1, so that's good. So I got a bonus. I can literally go back to that room where you deployed or go forward. That's going to be a battle for sure. Seeing the green, so we're going to move there. And this is how you explore. You do this through the map. And now you're detected. So once you do that, you're detective, and you could run into stuff. So I can go into that room or that room. So it's always good to try to explore. Like I said, that's your goal, is that room. The tombs are not big, but usually, sometimes you can get all the way to the end of these tombs and not fight anything, but you still get rewards for completing the mission. So that's nice. So it just depends on what you want to do, and what you want, where you want to go to. So I'm going to go to this room and see what's up. There's my guys walking. Let's see, Vidic says, the lives of the logic saints, Psalm 61, even in death our duty is not complete. So, a mortally wounded Scutari, which is what you are, on the floor that lies on the floor of the chamber, his torso laid open by Goss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It is likely the Scutari were attacked by Necron destroyers. The Scutari might have witnessed their tactics up close, so I can say, interrogate the trooper about Necron destroyer comments. Administer medical assistance to a trooper. Access the trooper's internal cogitators for data recording during the firefight. So I'm going to try to heal him. So I got +2 initiative and +1. And again, different things give you bonuses. So he's going to be healed. And I don't know, maybe he'll show up on the bridge and I can use him. That little meter at the top shows the awareness level of the Necrons that you may have to face. So we're going to move on to here. And sometimes you fight bosses. Extra Necrons in battle. Now there's 2. Mission relevant opportunity. Combat data on provisional designation destroyers plus acquire ignore. So this chamber is a site of a skirmish between a human Escatari and a Necron destroyers. A few corpses, badly mauled by Gosfire, lie around a hurriedly erected flak weave barricade. So I can procure, search the fallen resource supplies, peruse, examine the marks of weapon fire, and other evidence for information on the Necron destroyers' combat tactics, or pray. Say a prayer for the fallen, make the joining of their intelligence with the machine god. So we're going to procure, see if there's anything. So I got a +1, and I got some kind of item there. This is good. And now we're going to go here and click. Okay, so this is combat. So there's actually something here to fight. And combat is is very similar to some of the tactical games in the Warhammer universe. It's just done a little bit differently. And so that's interesting. So this is kind of like this guy here. Gravity defying. They're going to talk to Xenos, show they're more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog V2 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. And then this guy says, I do not mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these iron men? Fidex says, unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitators. Then Faustina said, keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot. We must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focused. So this is where we fight. So this is, we have to destroy this target. He's kind of a boss, sort of. And this is where you're going to do this. This is where you're going to do this. And you're going to you can move there or deploy there. And then you can, next unit, I'm going to deploy him there. And then next unit, there's those 2 guys, and I won't be able to deploy. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just start the battle here so I can show you what happens. So it's real important to try to get those little cogwheels because that helps you do more movement in battle. So we're just going to move, and you can move the map around. You can actually zoom way in on the map if you like. So this guy is going to try to do what he has to do. So what I can do is L2, which is I can see things important by holding the new sphere in L2. I can, let's see here, kill Necron, to collect Necron destroyer special, or kill or destroy targets. It's either one. You always have one or the other, which is nice. And I can get over here and scan this. That will be useful right now. This is my movement. My character here. I can end the turn right here, and then we're going to move this guy here. And again, positioning is important in this game. So from a tactics point of view, you can't really take cover per se, but you can do certain things to help that, you know. So this guy's going to come over here and probably attack one of us, which he is. He's going to hit the heck out of us. Now, if you go way down there, for some reason, it blurs a little bit when you go, like, in, all the way in, as you can see here. And it's still, like, moving, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, I don't know why it blurs out like that, when it's, unless you're way, really up close, but it's kind of hard to battle that way. So we're going to go over here. We're going to move. And you got to get within melee range if I want to attack. Now, when you want to attack, you got to hold the action bar, and I can do this. And I don't have enough cognition points because you have to get those in order to do damage. In order to, you got to have those. It's very important to have. Now, this guy's going to try to come up from behind, and I got to get over here. And I'm hoping but I can attack him. I still can't. So we're going to end the turn there. And it just kind of, but you get attacks of opportunity. So you can do damage there, see? And even though I didn't get a chance to attack, now I'm doing acid damage. Now he's going over here to keep in his range, because this character has no melee. Now he just did 7 damage, and that's what happened there. So Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. Once they go down, you got to hit them again or they reanimate. So here we go. And then they contact the Canoptic Scarabs. This is something else that they can pretty much summon. So you have to be careful in these battles. And see, I literally just got killed pretty much. That's pretty much the suck part there. And let's see here. There's a way to, for some reason, I'm not remembering how to do this exactly. So I'm going to attack him and use a skill, which is good, and I want to be able to do that. It sucks because I actually don't remember. Let's see, no effects last one less turn. Unit gains plus chance to neck. Let's see here, guys. So, because I may end up getting killed, I don't know. I don't remember how to actually. There's a way to summon your other guys, and for some reason they're not letting me do that. But maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I deployed it right at the beginning, where you had to deploy everybody. So I think I screwed up. I'm probably gonna die on this round for that. So we're gonna move, and then. And I don't have enough, again, points to do anything about it. I'm probably going to lose. There's a lot of enemies versus me, and that will suck because, there's 2 of those guys, and there's, like I said, I forgot to deploy my units that I took along with me, which kind of blows. And those things will repair the Necrons. So I think he's down, which is good. So battle objectives, I got 1 of them. Now I have to kill the rest of the enemies, but I'm not going to be able to do that with just 1 guy who's nearly dead. So there you have it with that. Now it's letting me deploy. So I don't understand why it wouldn't let me before. They weren't available to deploy. Whoop. Oh, they only let me deploy 1. Well, that's nice. So I'm kind of back to this, and I'm going to have to go up here. These guys are melee guys that I have, so you can only, I'll have to try to attack them. Like I said, you almost never miss. I hit them, but it doesn't show. Let's see here, do this. And then my guy, I'm going to go ahead and use that on my guy and heal. And then I'm going to attack. You have to attack. If I want to get more points, I got to go all the way down here and select it. So we're going to do that. If I can get over there. If it lets me move. Doesn't seem it wants to make me move, but there you have it. I'm going to move over here. Then, of course, they get an attack of opportunity, which is very Dungeons and Dragons, So, and that's what we're doing there. I'm going to end the turn. The game is, like I said, it does have a measure of difficulty, and deceptively so, because you would think it's easy, but you always have it stacked against you. Although I have read that as time goes on, your characters get more powerful and better, and it's not as bad. Some of that difficulty is circumvented, but the early goings of the game, I've heard, is very difficult, and it sucks because you kind of want it to be. You see, and then he reanimated because I didn't have enough attack points, and they come back. You have to kill him again for the 2nd time, and that kind of blows because I'm going to be dead, and there you go. I lost my 2 guys. And I have this guy left and connection lost. So that's it. that's me failing the mission pretty much. And there you have it. It kind of sucks because, as it says, the overwhelming strength of Necrons in the tomb and Necropolis proves too much for the cohort. The very destroyers they are here to study lend their firepower to the Necron defense, and the mission is abandoned in the full state of heavy gauze fire. So you hit confirm. So that was that. So the Red troops in Kentucky return great regret. They should fight and die for naught. Naught equals false. Battlefield data acquired. In defeat there is opportunity. As much as I scour my emotional cores, I cannot find such solace among the deaths of those under my command, Scavola. So at least like there's banter between the people that are on board, and it's nice to see that, like, you know, one felt like it was not bad and one felt it was good, and those little black crystals you need. Killed a couple of enemies. Collecting a mission status was failure. So that kind of sucks. And you see that awakening meter down there. If it gets to 100%, the game's over pretty much. But they keep waking up. So let's hit confirm. I got a new canticle unlocked. And then there you have it. And that was it. And my cohort here, which they're still around, but there's new people. But you actually get... So let me get into this a little bit. I want to show you what you can do here. So you can get these disciples. In this next upgrade, you need so many of those black crystals. And unfortunately, I lost some. But this is how you upgrade your characters with different... And you've got different ones. You have Engineer, Xenorite, Dominus, Ingeseer, Lex Mechanic. These are essentially, if you wanted to go down all one list for a person, you would turn them into an Explorator. Or you can do what I've done, which is go back and forth and choose different ones. And that's basically what's going on here. So it's actually pretty cool the way they set it up. And it's nice if you want, you get these different things. Let's see, augment required. I can't use it right now. Go to discipline, go to mission, and go back to tech. This is stuff that I've unlocked. And again, it's kind of grave goods, our master's voice. So he's got a new... I've lost that temple, so I won't be able to go back. But this is like normal difficulty. But that's essentially what you're getting out of the game. It's definitely a Warhammer game, to say the least. And it's actually a decent game. Like, and there is difficulty settings. And I've got it set to casual. And it's hard. And even on casual. Even when I've got the enemy unit modifiers down... Like, I can do this, but you won't have any achievements if I go further down. Another extra fights, I can put movement costs where there's no movement cost. If you want to make it easier, that way you don't have to worry about movement and you can just constantly attack. I made it 1 for each, but, there are people who say you might as well just put it on the easiest thing you can, because the game is very difficult. Every review has got positive reviews on it, but they have said it's very, very difficult. So revenue modifier. So there's different things you can do to get more stuff if you want, but it disables the achievements, unfortunately. And so that's the only thing that kind of sucks about the difficulty stuff. So if you want to make it real easy for you, you can do that. So that's kind of nice. And you can actually make it harder, weirdly enough. And you can enable narrative events and enable glyph events. And you can do a lot of stuff with the options, which is very nice. And I like that. So, plus I failed, but I can actually go back and just load where I left off. So it does have a very... this autosave system is really good. So if I feel like I need to, go back and try to play what I just lost, I can do that, and that's kind of nice. So, excuse me. So, would I recommend the game? Absolutely. It's an awesome Warhammer game, and it's really nice to actually play one that's from the Adeptus Mechanicus side of things. That Heretic Plus, which is the expansion, I also got that when buying the game. So I didn't lose out on anything. It's very nice. For $40, it's totally worth the buy. I would totally recommend it. If you like strategy RPGs with little choosing different things and different missions, and it's a fun game. Like I definitely recommend Warhammer Mechanicus. Well, this has been the Gaming Roundtable. I'm the People's Machine. This has been Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, and as always, gamers, good gaming.